I am so disappointed in Ultraman Omega episode 13 because it's a clip episode that I don't feel like we needed. I don't understand why it's here. There's always a clip episode. You know, I feel like the modern series have had always 2 clip episodes. Or modern. Blazar, Arc, Omega's probably going to have a second one. I don't keep track of all of them. Z, gosh, what did Zed have? 1 or 2? I don't remember if Zed had 1 or 2, but I know there was definitely the Kanagon episode, which was a clip episode, which was more entertaining than this one. But anyway, I didn't really understand the nature of clip episodes. This inspired me to make a great meme. The title, the thumbnail of this episode is a little bit of a meme, which if you look at the actor for Kosei, his face, he just looks so like irritated and disappointed, which obviously I said that's me. That's how I feel about this being a clip episode. But I made a second meme, which I'll share here for you to enjoy as well. And just my theory on the clip episodes is that they're for saving money. I don't know if that's true or not. However, they kind of frequently seem to come after something crazy has happened. In Arc, I remember being seriously disappointed that it came like in the middle of the Blazar crossover, I think is when the clip episode was, maybe. Yeah, and there were definitely 2, at least 2 in Omega. And I remember I tried watching, was it Decker? Or Trigger? One of those 2. I tried watching Decker and I didn't do it. And I tried watching Trigger and I didn't do it either. And it just really seems like it's coming at a weird time. So if the idea is for a clip episode to be something for, like a cool down episode, something for you to have some space, have some time to breathe after something dramatic has happened, I think that's the wrong way to go about it. If it's to save money, which it also could be, I also think it's the wrong way to go about it because they still film new stuff, the framing things, the personal scenes, and I say, why not just push it farther and have a whole episode that's a slice of life episode, or depending on the season, depending on the crew, depending on the type of scenario you have with the defense team, or in the case of Omega here, there is no defense team yet. Do some sort of mystery, like go back to the Ultra Q roots and do some sort of mystery with something either that can't be seen or that's barely visible or whatever, and make it so that the Ultraman doesn't have to transform if you don't want that. However, the fact that in the clips he's transforming and showing off all his different forms makes me think that they definitely do want to be able to do that. So they want to have transformations, they want to have fight scenes without having an actual shooting schedule as far as the special effects stuff is concerned. So in this episode, we had Pigmon show up, and Soroto says that he's going to fly Pigmon to his island where he lives, which again is breaking the rules of the world of Omega, that are not supposed to be kaiju here in this world, and there's supposed to be a novel threat. There's supposed to be something new, something that came and fell to Earth with Omega. It would seem that would be the most logical thing to understand and intuit from the story that's being told, but there are inconsistencies here, which are another thing that frustrates me about Omega. It's why I've been so up and down on Omega. It's why I don't like it overall. There's some good. There's a great episode for sure, which I won't name. If you know what it is, because I've said it enough times, leave it. Tell me in the comments. But yeah, I just don't get why we're doing this. So if we can't just do a slice of life episode because we need to see Omega, in this case, I'll speak specifically to Omega, transform, then why not do something sillier that still requires suit acting? Why not do an Omega transformation where he's little, he's human size, and you still have Pigmon involved, and he has to feed Pigmon, or he has to figure out what's wrong with Pigmon and then eventually take him back to his island. And maybe even if you find a clever clip, you can just clip him off flying away and it won't be a big deal. Maybe even on the production side, you bank some random shots of him flying in different places that are fairly neutral. Like, even you cut to them being in the mountains, and then boom, he flies away, and it's the same mountains that you recorded, 3 different episodes in. So it makes a lot of sense that he would fly Pigmon, to his home from there. Or maybe because Soroto is into food, you do some sort of cooking competition, and if you want, the foods could remind him of transforming into the different forms, and or maybe they remind him of Trigoron and, what's his name? I can't remember his name, the blue guy. Reckiness. Reminds you of Trigoron and Reckiness, and whatever, or combine it. I guess he doesn't have different modes or different forms, so it's the different weapons. Like, you could do something like that where it makes a little bit less sense, but it also makes, it's also less frustrating to the audience, and you can get some sort of slice of life, B-type story going. Because, nothing really happens. They're supposed to talk to Ayumu in this episode and tell her why they were lying to her and what's going on and what the situation is with Soroto being Omega, and with them hiding this from her all this time. And it feels just very feeble. It feels very feeble. It feels very inconsequential. I think I would have even preferred for Ayumu to be clever enough, because she seems very intelligent, to piece things together, and she could say, hey, guys, when this happened, is this what really happened? And then you cut into a flashback like that. Just because that would give her more agency, and it would make it feel less goofy, less silly, I'm not sure. And the show's okay with being silly and goofy, which is why I'm suggesting do a cooking competition or something like that, that reminds Soroto of his different encounters with kaiju, or of the different forms and weapons that he has, or whatever. You could also do some sort of dream sequence episode where you just have voiceover of somebody, or show a very short clip of them in the beginning and in the end, trying to piece things together. I don't know. These are just all ideas I'm coming up with off the top of my head, and I just don't really get why they have to be here. But if they have to be here, and we have to accept that, then how do we make these clip episodes better? How do we make these actually serve the story a little bit better, or serve the characters a little bit better? Because I do like the cast. I do like the characters. And they've been able to do some really great, effective, emotional storytelling. I always want to say Tori selling for some reason. And I just don't get why you kill the momentum with these clip episodes, and they're just so soft, so weak. I don't know. Are these something that junior directors get trained on, or something like that, so that they're just doing short scenes with the actors and with a kaiju suit type of thing, or an actor in a suit? Because for Arc, there was always the person in the robot suit. Can't remember the name right now. And except for one of them was Chappie, I think. And then in here you have somebody in the Pigmon suit, and in, oh gosh, what was it called? It was Deboth. It's not Deboth. That's from Kyoryuger. I can't remember, but I remember I named the episode of the title so and so explains it all. As is the clip. That was the clip episode from either Decker or Trigger. I can't remember which one that was. But anyway, and then the Internet Kennegon, or the Kennegon episode from Z, you also have Kennegon hiding around, being silly, doing different things, and that would give a director, a burgeoning director, a chance to work with the actors, to work with somebody in a suit, and get the feel of it. So I can understand from those perspectives, there's different reasons to do it, if those are in fact the reasons. I'm speculating them here. But there's got to be a better way to do this. Let me know what you think. If you know the reasons why they do clip episodes, please tell me. I would love to know. And if you think there are better ways to go about doing them, better alternative routes I could take for them, as I do, I'd like to know that, and check the comments for that. And go ahead and check the pinned comment, because I'm going to have a little bit of inspector's notes where I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this episode, if it's even possible to do that. I do have something, but you might not like it, except for there's the meme. The meme you can find through the inspector's notes as well if you missed it in the video, so you can check that out. Anyway, until next time, folks, this is MJ with Henshin Inspection and Going Ultra, signing out.